on this all the time. Like you created your first business-to-business group. This is how you started it. So just walk us through it, like just the highlights. How did you start? Who did you invite? And what does it look like today?
Okay, so I had never, when I started selling real estate, I didn't even know about business to business. I mean, literally didn't even know it existed. And then Brian talked about BNI on a coaching call a long time ago. And Business Networking International is a formalized group of business networking. And that was the first time I'd heard of it. And then like the next day, a lender friend of mine asked me if I'd be interested in being the agent in a BNI chapter that they were trying to form. I'm like, ooh, weird. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, long and short, it never did form to be a BNI chapter as it happened, but we learned a lot along the way about how to do business-to-business networking. And so we formed our own group under the kind of the structure of BNI. So we invited anybody that ran a business, a small business, who was responsible directly for their own income. And we have about 25, 30 people in the group now. We formed it, like I said, very similar to the BNI structure. So we meet every week. That is really important, people. I know it sounds very frequent.
Every week you have a great group of business people getting together.
Yeah, if you go every month, it's not often enough. And then you try for every 2 weeks and people get confused.
Who pays for the muffins, Sonia? Who pays for the muffins? I get that question all the time. Who pays?
So we meet for lunch in a restaurant, and the structure is 60-second commercial, spotlight speech, thanks and testimonies, just like many of you are familiar with. But the problem with that group, the one problem, it's industry exclusive. So there's only one of each person in.
There's only one.
Which kind of caps the size.
Right.
So to supplement that, I have a breakfast, which is where the muffins come in.
Yes.
So quarterly, I host a business breakfast where I can invite anybody that I know, and I do. As I go through life during the year, I grab business cards from people who seem to be interesting, and then I invite them. So I do invite a lot of people to the breakfast. We used to buy muffins, and so the budget was low.
Yep.
People don't really want to eat a whole lot, to be honest, at breakfast, so it was good. And then since then it's evolved. Now my lender and my roofer cook pancakes and sausage, and people now come for the food.
And you did that even remotely, where you did it where they drive by in their cars during COVID.
Well, we used it at my office, which is a nice little facility I have there where I can host. And then we did 2 drive-throughs where we cooked it, put it together, and take out boxes and handed it through the car window, and we had coffee on a long stick that we handed in. So filmed it all on social media and had a blast with that. Now we're at a park because we could go grouping, but outside, remember that when you could only meet outside? So now, then we met at a park. So we've kept it going. We have not missed a beat.
That's amazing.
Because it's so important. 40% of your income comes from one stream. You're going to nourish that.
And it can, like for everybody in here. Because you've nurtured it, you have taken time with it, you have given it the love, and you meet once a week, so it pays off, right?
You get to know people if you meet once a week for lunch.
Yeah, and James talked about this community too.